So I'm up on the very top of the roof now. I found some stuff the other day, but this is a great example. You know, these long pieces of metal. You know, this thing is probably, I don't know, 15, 20 pounds minimum. These long pieces like this. They left several the other day when I was up here. I found, you know, those blow off in a windstorm. They're going to kill someone, you know, and they just left it. So that's an issue that I have. You can see along here, you know, this is a exhaust. You know, the rubber's just laying here. It's not doing anything. There's no, you know, this should have metal bent over it so that the water is diverted over the rubber, not under it. Because what good is the new rubber? Same thing along here with the flashing on the chimney. You see here, there's these holes. The flashing just, you know, it's just dumping under the shingle. It actually dumping right underneath their paper that they have there too, because they didn't flash anything. So the way they did there's another big gap here, you know, on the cap there, along here. So the water runs over the edge here, right under that. Yeah, and pretty much anywhere, as you can see, this is a big complicated roof. I get it was a huge project. Things are gonna happen, but you can see every single one of these caps at the end, they just smashed it down, bent it. I don't know what the objective was. You know, there's just, that cap isn't stopping any water from getting in. And then you see here, there's just holes. And any others, they got the valley pan in there, but the objective is to keep water off of the valley pan, right? The majority of it. That's why we put shingles on. Otherwise, we would just roll out paper and put in valley pans and call it a day. So, you know, they put a boot on this one, which is great. Over there, you can see there is no boot on that chimney stack. So all that water is just running under the shingle again onto the paper. Here, a section of my roof you can't see from the ground. Again, my contract says to repair and replace all flat roof and any decking that needs to be done. In my opinion, any decking that needs to be done is, you know, rotten decking or decking that doesn't have the proper slope because it's aged over time and it's just worn. So all of this rubber up here, like this one actually, I mean, it's not great, but you can see the seams are done much better, and it's fairly flat. The water's not going to pond on this one, but the edges here where we meet the chimney, you know, there's just nothing stopping. Like, there's no point in having the rubber up here. All the water's just flowing under. Yeah. And that part, even their tech, like, that's something I should have called out from the ground. I could see that slope there. Like, why it wasn't shingled, I have no idea. Their tech called that out when he was here. He agreed it needed to be done. In all fairness, their tech said they would send out a crew. And their manager called me and said, we'll get a crew out there in 3 or 4 weeks when we have materials. But I don't know what the resolution needs to be at this point. In my mind, you know, this is fraud. They came to me, presented paperwork, asked me to sign it so we could complete the financing on this job so they could get out of here. And, you know, nobody followed up. It's not, oh, we'll come back and finish some of this stuff. We'll button this up for you, sir. No, I never would have said. If you would have told me there's parts of your roof that are, you know, exposed with giant holes, I would have said, no, finish it before you go. So I guess, again, this is what you get when you hire your roofing.